There is no place better than the dance with Jesus and you. No place better. We've heard many speakers, we've heard great teaching, we've heard about amazing revelations and encounters, and these things are wonderful, but right now, the place He wants you to be is in that dance with Him right now. Stay in that place of the dance. I'm just going to read something that I wrote. I welcomed the pen angel into my life, and I've just written something, and it's to do with the secret of the stairs. And it's part of my walk with God, and you might identify with some of it in your own life. You might not, you might just think it's a nice wee story, and that's fine. But we'll stay in the dance, stay dancing with Jesus. Go with Him. He's more important than anything we can do tonight. His oil is flowing. His oil is flowing in this room. His oil of love and healing. Every chamber in your heart, let it be open wide for Him to flow through. Let there be no resistance in you. Let there be no fear in you. Don't put any blockages in His way. Let Him flow into you and through you. Let Him do the healing. Let Him take the pain. Let Him bring the healing physically, emotionally, every way He can do it. I lay on the first step of the stairway before me, exhausted, worn out, and so very aware that my life had become completely unmanageable. I had no fight left, no will to go on. This was such a dreadful state to be in. But as I lay there in my bankruptcy, a man appeared before me. He bent down to my ear and he whispered. His words were sharp and piercing and painful to my heart. But with them came a sense of hope and a knowing. This was not the end of my journey, but rather it was just the beginning. With this glimmer of hope and the words of the now invisible stranger throbbing through me, I was able to move up onto the next stair. Somehow I knew my journey was to go up these stairs and not away from them. I sat there on that stair a while with his words ringing in my ears. Will you believe that I can restore you and all that you have lost? Belief didn't come easy for me. I struggled with this idea for a long time that some invisible force, power or being would be remotely interested in my life. But here I was being asked a question that could potentially change everything. What else was there? I had exhausted all avenues, had tried everything in my own power and strength, and every other option to hold on to what I had. But in my best efforts of trying to keep, I had lost. I didn't know how long I was sitting there, but it was like a dream I had whilst there. I dreamt I saw a large door before me. It was a beautiful door and brought with it a feeling of ancient truths, hopes and dreams of life. I reached for the handle and I tried to open the door, but found that it was locked. How do I get in? I cried out. I want to know, I want to live. Then I saw a beautiful key. The key was so small in comparison to the size of the door. It had a word inscribed in it. I reached out for it and spoke aloud the word, willingness. Is that it? Is that the answer? All I have to do is be willing? I woke up out of this dream state and knew what I was going to do. So I bowed my head and I said to this invisible stranger, okay, I'm willing to believe. I'm willing to give you a chance to make a difference. I'm willing to believe you can and you want to restore it all. I am willing to let you take the reins, and I am willing to be made more willing. I didn't have a thunderbolt moment or hear a chorus of angels sing or any of the amazing things I dreamed of, and yes, I had even scorned. What I did have was a strength come that helped me move forward and upwards. I had a sense that I had to climb these stairs, that what lay at the end of them would change me and my life forever. Once I put on the stair, the third stair, I felt deep within a question, a humbling and a longing for surrender. I felt a need to kneel on this stairway and to surrender my will and my life to the one who whispered in my ear at the foot of the stairs. I knew I could trust him, and that if I didn't do this, I would not have the strength to continue upwards. Somehow I knew this was pivotal to me journeying onwards. I believe I said a prayer that went like this: into your hands I place my heart. I trust you, and I hand my will and my life into your care. And I say, not my will, but yours be done. Wow, I felt amazing, strong and excited. I now knew I was no longer alone in this journey. I was happy to yield. As I took the next step up, I felt something pull at me and holding me from going forward. I didn't understand this, as only a moment ago I felt so invigorated and strengthened. I sat back down on the step and prayed, help me. Suddenly I became aware of someone coming down from the top of the stairway. I knew they weren't heavenly beings, but just the same as me, only with a serenity and a light coming from that I loved and longed for in my own life. They told me they had travelled the stairway before me, and that because I had asked for help, they were here to assist me to make the next steps up if I truly wanted to. They also explained it would require me to be honest and fearless about what was needed from me. They told me that joy and serenity in the face of chaos awaits at the end of this journey. What could I say? I had surrendered my will and my life to God. Maybe this was part of His will. My friends asked me to sit a while with them, which I did. Then they asked me about my life from the beginning until now. I couldn't believe what poured out of me. All my childhood experiences, some of which were very painful to remember. It was like a well was uncapped and I didn't want it to stop. They listened so carefully, and not once did they stop me. Not once did I feel judged or condemned for the things I was saying. I was free to just let it out. On and on it poured, from adolescence to marriage, parenthood, divorce, church life, and eventually to present day. Where did all that come from? They didn't speak other than to say, well done. I thought this is the part where they tell me what they think of me, what their opinion of it all is, etc. But no, they just smiled and hugged me. Then they went back up the stairway. I sat on a while thinking of what had poured out of me. As I sat there, I had a revelation that there were certain things that had reoccurred in my life, certain behaviours and fears and ways of thinking, mindsets that weighed me down, held me back, caused me to stumble and fall over and over again. It was as though I'd carried all of this like a huge heavy weight, but didn't know I could drop the very things that weighed me down. I didn't feel bad, I felt good, filled again with fresh hope that if I chose to, I could ask God to remove these very things from my life, and He would. I knew it would come in a way least expected, and part of that would require me to put some wrongs. I had realised as I sat in the stairway that I had been full of anger and fear, that I had taken pain through my life and blamed others who were not to blame. I had had such a strong need for approval and acceptance, and had put that need onto others, which of course they could never satisfy. I made amends to them in my heart and took a mental note that where appropriate I would make amends to them in person. On I journeyed on this beautiful stairway. I was beginning to see clearer and strength was coming into my being again. I felt younger and lighter. I suddenly noticed the stairway. It was beautiful, like liquid honey, golden colour. I hadn't even noticed this before, as I was so caught up in my woes and fears in me. The stairs were wide, and each one seemed to have an inner vibration, a sound. As you stepped in it, it seemed to vibrate life through you, beckoning you to continue. As I journeyed up, it was as if a lifetime of cares and worries were dissipating, and all I could think of was the one who met me at the bottom and whispered to me. I was suddenly very hungry to meet him, to see his face and hear his voice, to know him. Had he always been there and I just couldn't see him? It felt so strong, this urge to know him, to know his ways. Just one word from him had brought me this far. I wanted to go on quickly, almost run, because I knew he was waiting at the top of this glorious stairway. I turned my face upwards and excitedly anticipated the encounter awaiting me. Suddenly I heard a voice calling, "Help me!" It was the first time I realised I was not alone in these stairs. It was such a jolt, like electricity through me. What do I do? Do I continue on up and hope one of those who came down to my aid will go down? I'm so happy, I feel like I'm almost there. This will surely hinder me, hold me back from reaching my goal. Deep inside I know, just as I've received, so I must give. I turn around and walk back down the honey stairs. As I turn, I feel so full of gratitude, so full of joy and peace. How silly was I to think this would hinder me, this act of love would delay me. This giving is part of the goal. This serving is so in keeping with the one who served me. As I reached the person crying out for help, all I could do was see myself in them. It was like looking in a mirror. He looked like me not so long ago. As I sat whilst he poured out his heart to me, I could feel such compassion. I felt like he was me and I was he. I felt no need to judge or give my opinion. I found I had no opinion. All I could feel was love burning inside of me like a fire. I knew he was in good hands, that the one whom he had surrendered his heart to would never fail him. He would lead him and teach him. But for this part of his journey, for some reason, he had to share with one like myself. Me. Perhaps it's because we have caused one another such pain. We would need one another to bring the healing. God knows. After my fellow companion finished sharing his heart with me, I hugged him and went on back up the stairway. I was lighter and more able to reach where I was. It felt like no time at all had passed. As I looked, I could see such light flooding down the stairs. It made the stairs shine like the sun. So golden and bright, so rich and so warm. All kinds of words were passing through my mind. Words I'd heard over and over, but now they were alive, real, filling me and surrounding me. Come up here. Come higher. Come away with me, my love. As the deer pants for the water brook, so my soul longs after you. On and on were the words of longing and drawing one to another. I was in such a state of glorious rapture, caught up in the wonder that I only had eyes for him, and he only had eyes for me. Oh my, what was this love? Where did it come from? It seemed like no time at all. I was destitute, and now I am alive. My whole being is vibrating with a sound that matches the stairs I'm standing on. There is a secret to these stairs, and I feel like I'm touching it. Just touching, but nonetheless, they are touching me, and we're a part of the change within me. us on the stairs. Each one of us is on the stairs. Surrender. We surrender. We say yes. We always say yes to you, God. We want to say yes to you, God. We want to say yes to your love. We want to say yes to love you and to love others as you love them, God. We want to say yes to your compassion. Yes, God, we want to say yes to you, God. We want to say yes. We surrender, God. We surrender to your ways, to your will. We say yes, God. We thank you for the journey, God. We thank you for where each person is in this room and their journey on the stairs. The secret of the stairs. A place of intimacy. A place where the most amazing things happen in your life. We say yes. We say yes. We say yes. We love your love, God. There is no more precious thing than your love, than the presence of your love in this room tonight. And we say yes to you, God. Let us hear your call in our heart to come up here, to come up higher. Let that hunger that's in each one of us, let it draw us closer to you. Let it take us higher, closer, deeper. Let us be so saturated in the love of God that it will drip like oil from us, that everywhere we go the oil will drip. Everything we touch will be touched by the oil of your love. Everywhere we go, everything we touch, everyone we touch, your oil will come. There are no shortcuts, there are no quick ways. There's no secret formula. It's your love. It's the way of the stairs. It's the way of intimacy. It's the way of longing, the way of hunger, the way of desire for you. It's the knowing, the knowing, the knowing. To know you, to know that we're known by you, to know you more, to know you more than we think we know you now. Oh, we don't know you, God. I don't know you, God. I want to know you. I want to know you. I want to know you. I don't want to know about you. I don't want to know what other people know about you. I want to know you. I want to know you. I want to come up closer, higher, deeper. It's all about you, God. It's all about you. I have to be honest and say at these times, at this moment, I feel so impotent and so powerless. And I am without him. I need him. And it's so easy to go into a meeting mode right now and do what we would do at meetings and make something happen. And I don't know what to make happen. All I want to do is share my heart and share what's on my heart and nothing else. Nothing more and nothing less. I'm so grateful, so really, truly, amazingly grateful for what God has done in my life these past years. I've gone from being who I was, doing it all in my own strength and a little bit of God, to now a place where I just have to lie down and say, all of God and a little bit of me. I'm so grateful for the amazing things that God has done in my life. For the dreams, the visions, the encounters, the revelations, the amazing teachings I've heard, the amazing people I've met, incredible people that have blown my mind. I'm so grateful that I'm not stuck where I was. But one thing I do know, I really know, and it's never changed from 30 years ago when I first met Jesus to this day, is that it's his love. It has to be his love. It has to be his love. There is no other way. No other way. We need to be baptized in his love. We need to draw closer to him and ask him to baptize us in his love. Because if we don't have that, we've got nothing. We've got nothing. We've got nothing. We've got our own efforts. We've got our own good works. We've got our own stuff. It has to be a baptism of love in our hearts that motivates us, empowers us, moves us. Moved. When I read that bit, going back down the stairs, I felt it as I read it out that it's so exciting to be going for the stuff, the encounters, and then someone asks for your help and you feel like you might miss out. But the compassion that came into my heart, I felt the compassion of God at that moment in my heart as I read it. That is him. That is him. That is how we get all the other stuff, is by being moved by his love for one other person. One other person. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. Ha! Ha! So I just want to pray for everyone in this room. I'm so grateful for you, every one of you. Every one of you brings something of God that's unique and precious. And I embrace it. I embrace everything that every single individual person brings into this room. Every one of you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for coming here tonight. I thank you for sharing the journey with me, with each other. Where the brethren dwell together, there is unity. In unity, the oil flows. And I felt the oil flowing in this room tonight, because we're of one heart and one mind, that it's about Jesus and His kingdom come and His will be done. We so want you, Jesus. We so want you. We so want your kingdom to come and your will to be done. We so want you to do it, God. We lay down our striving and we say yes to you, God. I pray that each person in this room tonight is saying yes to you, a fresh yes. That they will dance with you and they will truly know your love afresh in their hearts tonight.
Love divine, all love excelling, joy of heaven to earth come down, fixing us thy humble dwelling, all thy faithful mercies crime, and Jesus thou art all compassion, pure unbound in love thou art. Visit us with thy salvation, enter every trembling heart. Breathe, oh breathe, thy loving spirit into every troubled breast. Let us all in thee inherit. Let us find the promised rest. Take away the love of sinning, Alpha and Omega be, end of faith as its beginning. Set our hearts at liberty. Come Almighty to deliver. Let us all thy life receive. Suddenly return and never more thy temples leave. May we be a blessing to thee, serve thee as thy hosts above, pray and praise thee with unceasing glory in thy perfect love. creation, pure and spotless, let us be. Let us see thy great salvation, perfectly restored in thee, change from glory into glory, till in heaven we take our place, till we cast our crowns before thee, lost in wonder, love